Good morning. My name is Lisa Montgomery, Living Dynamically, and welcome to the Living Dynamically Wellness Expo at Waterloo Gardens, 200 North Whitford Road, Exton, Pennsylvania. The Expo will be running today, March 31st, and tomorrow, April 1st, from 10 to 4. And this is our second annual, although it is my third Expo, but this is our second annual here. And Waterloo and I teamed up several years ago when actually Linda Laboutier, the former owner who passed last year, 2 years ago, came to one of my book signings and said, I want to do something with you. And then we collaborated and started this expo last year. And Bobby, her son, I asked him this year, I said, do you want to still do this? He said yes. And in fact, this will not be our last expo here. He wants to keep doing it forever. So this will only be our second annual, and we'll be able to keep saying every year our third annual as the time goes by, which is a wonderful thing. You know, the expo is a great exposure to all different kinds of wellness experts, but I also have monthly raw potlucks so that people are supported month in and month out. And I have speakers who come in and cover different modalities, whether it be, well, we just had Eagle Skyfire talk about 2012, and we have Food for Therapy as our next speaker, and Pilates. It could be even having a healthy dog besides the different raw food experts. And we give this education, so to speak, to people, and also a place for them to go to have community so that they realize they're not in this living a healthy lifestyle alone. In fact, when I talk to people and I challenge them to start eating healthier, I said, you know, when you start putting like a chocolate mousse pie on the table that is healthy, don't tell people it's good for them, because as soon as you tell them it's good for them, they don't want to eat it. So just start incorporating those things, and people will feel better, and actually, yes, heal. And then the expos just were a sidebar from the potlucks. And really how the first expo happened is when I started the raw potlucks, I also put out a monthly newsletter, and I'm a networker by nature and profession. And I put Carol Alt, the supermodel, raw foodist, author, on my potluck newsletter list. And about 3 months into my potlucks, when I started about 8 years ago, I got an email from her author. He said that Carol wanted to use some of the recipes of my potluckers in her book, The Raw 50, which came out, I don't know, 2005, 6, somewhere around there. And so that ended up happening. And then I ended up saying, well, you know, I'd really love to have her come speak at one of my potlucks. Well, it grew into an expo at the park at the end of my street. So this has all mushroomed. And then people kept bugging me to write a book. Well, now I've got 4 books written. So look what happens when you change your diet. Now, you may not go on the path that I go on, but you may go on a path that works obviously for you. So just by feeling better and opening yourself up, you can go find out what your path is, what you're passionate about, and your bliss, and then go after it. Because reality is, if you feel rotten, you're not going to have the energy to go after your passion. But if you feel great and you start listening, you can be divinely guided and go after that passion. About 16, 17 years ago, I changed my diet because of food allergies and candida. And then I cleaned out my cupboard first for that, then I went microbiotic, vegetarian, and the raw portion, predominantly raw portion, happened about 12 years ago. Raw foods are fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, nothing heated above 118 degrees. And what happened during this journey is I ended up feeling better and better, and the side benefit is not only feeling better physically, but how I was able to grow and feel better emotionally and spiritually, since we are mind, body, spirit. And I ended up becoming so passionate about it that I took vacation day from the day job. In fact, my day job, I'm a packaging sales rep, which I've been doing in packaging for over 30 years. My first degree is in business. But I took vacation days from the day job and got certified as an associate raw chef instructor out in California. And then I also got certified as a holistic healthcare practitioner. And I got a bunch of certifications. But I put my money where my mouth is, or my fork where my mouth is. And because I feel so passionately in how much it's transformed my life. And that's one reason we're doing the expo, so people have an opportunity to have their lives transformed. My company name is Living Dynamically. You notice it's not living ho-hum, living passe, living cranky. It's living dynamically. And with this lifestyle, you have an opportunity to live dynamically.